Hello students, good afternoon and welcome to a wonderful session with us, BYJU'S. I am Aishwarya and today we are going to be kick-starting something very exciting and interesting. Now, how are all of you doing today? Hi everybody, hi Aradhya, hi Harvis, hi Siddha, hi Haripriya, hi Bhagya, hi Pranavi, hi Jitendra, hi Abhirami, hello, hi Sneha. So I want to bring one thing into light today is that today's session is going to be streaming in two channels and we have a simultaneous live stream in both 6 to 8 as well as in 9th and 10th channels. So for me, I can see a lot of students here, so I want to bring one thing clear that in case if I miss out on your names, it's because there's so much of chat running in front of me. How are all of you doing today? Hi Janvi, hi Anukriti, hi Ujjwal, hi Debadrita, hello Archit, hi Shrishti, hello and good afternoon. How excited are you for today's class? I want a chain of emojis in the comment section or in the chat section going on, telling me how excited you are for today's class. Yes, I can see all of you saying super excited. Hello, okay then. Hi, very excited. I can see a lot of you saying that you are super excited for today's class. Wonderful, wonderful. So this right here is going to be something that we are kickstarting and it is a mini series that we are launching, right? And the first of them all is the science project series. And as you can see from the title, we are going to be looking and making the working model of the lungs together. Now, of course, before I get started, I hope my audio, my video and my screen and what I'm writing on the screen is visible to all of you. Is it visible? Yes, I can see a lot of you saying that you're very excited, right? Okay then. Go ahead and send a thumbs up to me in the chat box, all of you. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Right, perfectly visible. Yes, all right, guys. And see, at any point, if you are facing some technical difficulties, don't worry about it. Either, refresh your page or in case, you can just log out and come back. Not an issue. It will all be clear. Now, I can see a lot of you are asking me, is this for class 9th or class 10th? So the thing is, this is not class and board specific, right? This is just something that we're going to do and something that we all know about and it's for all the grades. That's why we are doing it in both 6 to 8 as well as in 9th and 10th, right? And I can see some of you are already saying that they have made the models. Well, that's wonderful, right? All right then. But either ways, for those of you who have not made this, we will be doing it step by step. But again, before we get started into that, like I told you, right, we are launching a mini series, right? And of course, it's the summer break and here we are going to have some fun and we are going to have a lot of exciting things planned for you, where the first of them all is the science project series. And I want all of you to take active part because we are going to be making a working model today, and after this session, go back home, try it out, and you can send in your entries to us, right? So there will be a Google form in the description box. You can go there, click on it, share your entries, and by the end of the week, the top 3 will get featured in our platform. And along with that, we have Level Up series and Explorers Club as well. And we are going to be doing a lot of exciting things. We'll be skilling up, learning new skills, right? So I hope that you are excited for the mini series that we are launching for all of you. Yes, all right. Okay, then I can see a lot of you are excited. A lot of you are telling me that your summer vacations have started. Okay, that is wonderful. So guys, now that we are clear with what we are going to be doing, let's first get into understanding how to make a working model of the lungs. And then it is also important that we understand the science behind it. So I'm not going to waste any more time by just talking about the science first, but we will look at how to make it first and then we will learn about the science. Yes, so what I want you to do is very quickly, again, send me a train of emojis and a lot of emojis in the chat box to let me know that you are excited and good to go. Yes, I can see a lot of thumbs ups already coming. All right, yes, I can see that some of you are saying your school has given this lung project to be done. Well then, now can be a good time to sort of, understand how to do it and then you can make it as well, right? Yes, all right. I can see a lot of you are sending the train of emojis and thumbs ups. Okay then, let's get started. So now, of course, what we are going to do is first we will understand all the work things that we require. So I hope now my screen is visible, my workstation is visible to all of you. Yes? Okay, then I can see a lot of thumbs ups coming in. Wonderful. So guys, this is my table and my workstation. And as you can see, first we will look at all the requirements that we need for the project and how to make the working model. Yes, so we require a water bottle and we require some straws. And we would require two kinds of straws. So here, as you can see, you have a red straw here and it's slightly bigger in diameter. And you have these bendy straws that are here. So as you can see, I'm sure you would have seen these bendy straws, right? So we require 2 to 3 of these bendy straws, just in case if say 1 or 2, we don't do it right the first time, we will require it as well. Now along with that, what we need are balloons. Yes, so as you can see, I have two kinds of balloons. So I have some small balloons here. Yes, and I have some very big balloons as well. So you will require balloons of 2 sizes. And apart from that, we will require some sandpaper, we will require some twine and some rubber bands, tape, scissors and a hot glue gun if you have it. Now, if you don't have a hot glue gun, don't worry about it. You can always, use M-Seal or, you can use clay because the purpose of having a hot glue gun is to seal it. Yes. And in case if it's not there, don't worry. You can always make do with tape and rubber bands and all of that. Yes. So guys, again, like I told you, I can see a lot of comments coming, but since it's going on 2 channels, I may miss out on some names here and there. So please, don't take it in the wrong way. Right, so are we good to go? Right, are we good to go with what all we require? And please make a note of these requirements because it will come handy for you when you are sort of going to be making it. Yes? Okay. Now let's see what is step number 1, right? What are we going to do first? So first thing that we're going to do is we will take this bottle, right, and we need to cut out this part of it. The bottom end of the bottle is what we will cut out. So I'm just going to move all this so that you can see all of it clearly, right? So as you can see, we need to cut out the bottom end of it. Now for all of you out there, all of these things where you are going to be cutting, using the blade or the scissors, these kind of things need to be done in parental advice or take the help of your elder siblings, right? Do not do it or attempt it by yourself. And it's important that you are safe and you don't hurt yourself while doing it. It's very, very important, okay? So make sure that you take parental support or you take anybody's, your elder support for doing all of these things. Yes? Right, I can see some of you are saying that this was there in the science textbook. Yes, it is an experiment and a small DIY that is there in your science textbook, right? So we are going to be doing that. Yes, very good. Sejal says that we will take care. Very good, right? Hi Harshita, I can see you here, right? And I can see Aradhya has already made the model. It is wonderful, Aradhya, that you've already made it, but I would like you to, have a close attention on how we will make it as well. Okay? So now as you can see, this is what we need to do. And I have another bottle wherein I have done this. So I'm just going to replace it, right? And here, as you can see, I have cut the bottle and this is the part that I have cut out, right? And as you can see, it is open on this end of it, right? Now another thing that is there is when you cut out the bottle, these ends might be a little sharp, right? And this can affect the quality of the project. Which is why in order to make sure that they are not too sharp and at the end of it, we should also not get hurt, no? So you can do 2 things here. If you have sandpaper at home, you can just rub the sandpaper like this on the edges, right? You can rub it nicely and it will make sure that the sharpness goes away. You don't have sandpaper, it's completely okay. You can tape the edges around like this, right? Tape it so that it, you don't get hurt and all of that. Right, so far so good guys on what we need to do. Yes? Right, I can see a lot of you are saying you've done this experiment already. That is wonderful. But for those of you who have not tried it, let's focus on how to do it. Yes, hi Yashasvi, I can see you here, right? I can see you. So now we have looked at step number 1 and we have done step number 2 as well where we have rubbed it with sandpaper. Now what we will do is we have this bit of it ready and we will keep it aside. Now the next thing that we need to do is to take these 2 bendy straws that are there. So I have taken 2 of these yellow bendy straws and we will bend it on either side in this manner. So as you can see, this is already a little cut, but it's okay. We will bend it and we will cut it at equal lengths. So let's assume that I want this much of it and let's just cut it here. Right, so we have cut this much of it and what we are going to do is we will take this part and we will put it inside this big straw. So you need to sort of squeeze it inside that, okay? So it's going to take a bit. So we'll put one and let's squeeze the other one inside also. Whoop. Okay, It's going to take a bit to squeeze it in, but yeah. So as you can see, I have squeezed both of it inside in this manner, right? And I can bend it on either side. So as you can see here, it's on either side in this fashion. Now to make sure that it sits in this manner and it doesn't move around, right? You can use the hot glue gun to sort of seal it, or again use tape, use M-seal, whatever is it, you need to make sure that you need to seal it, right? So I'm getting some questions saying, can we use any rough surface? So Anukriti, is it to make sure that we blur the or make sure that we don't like let go of the sharpened bits? You can use any rough surface, but I would recommend using a sandpaper or using tape. That is ideal, right? Okay, I can see that bottom is used next time. So Sejal, could you be a little more specific with your question, because I'm not able to follow that, right? Okay, so now we have done this much of it and we are going to be sealing it. Now next thing that we need to do is to make sure that we take the bottle cap, right? So I'm going to take the bottle cap from this and we will make a hole. So as you can see, I've already made this hole here. But in case if you are doing this again, this is something very, very important where you take parental advice, or you take your parent support, or you take your elder support, where you take it and you drill the hole with a scissor or a blade. You can just take it like that and roll it in this manner, yes, so that you can create a hole. Now the hole that I made in this is slightly big, okay, so it should not be this big. It needs to be slightly smaller, but when I made it, it became slightly bigger, so that I'm really sorry about that. But in case if it gets big, right, don't worry about it. All you can do is put some M-seal and you can hold it in place. So once you've made this hole, right, what you can do is you can take it inside and you can put it in this manner. And like I said, you can put M-seal and structure it in place, right? Okay, I can see that some of you are asking, is this project for 10 standard? So it's not grade specific. Like I said, you can do it across grades, whether you're in 9th, whether you're in 7th, whether you're in 6th, you can do it because this is for the working model of the lungs, right? Yes, and I can see that all of you are saying, should we use 2 yellow straws? Yes, use 2 yellow straws and use the bendy ones. I'm not specific about the color, or as a matter of fact, color doesn't matter. But the thing is that it needs to be bendy in this manner. The bendy straws are important, right? Okay then. So now as you can see, we have done this and we have made the hole also. Now what we need to do is we need to take one of these smaller balloons, right? We need to take the smaller balloons and then we will tie it to one end of the bendy straw in this manner, right? So I'm not tying it right now, but what you can do is you can take this twine or you can use a rubber band. But the thing is, it must be very, very tight. There must be no air gaps here. In this whole process, every time if you see, I'm telling you, you need to seal it, you need to tie it, because there must be no air gap whatsoever, right? So you can tie it with the twine or use rubber bands to tie it up. So for my convenience now, I'm just using a rubber band, okay, so that I can do it quickly. But I would recommend that you use a thread to tie this. So I'm just going to quickly, wrap this up. So just going to give me a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to put it here for now. Like, you need to tie it tightly, but I'm making it a little loose just to show you so that it will look something like this. You can put another balloon on the either side. And in case if you want to see, you can always use like colored balloons. If you want to use 2 yellow color balloons, you can. If you want to use green, color doesn't matter, right? The main important thing here is that you do to use 2 balloons. Now you have done this much, right? After you have done this, you have put this here. Now what you are going to do is you will insert it into this. So of course, the other balloon I didn't tie, but you will insert it and close the cap. So it will look something like this. So are you all able to see my screen? Is everything clear? Please tell me if I have to clear my workstation for you to see things clearly, right? Yes, I can see some of you asking why this project, right? I will get to the bit of why this project in just a bit, okay? Let me just finish this up and then I will answer that question. Right, okay. Crystal clear. Is this easy peasy, guys? Very quickly. Is it easy peasy lemon squeezy so far? Yes, all right. Okay. Amazing. I can see a lot of you have already made it. So for those of you who already made it, wonderful. But for those of you who've not made it yet, go ahead and try it out as well. Yes, okay. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful. Right, so it's all easy peasy. Again, I'm getting some questions asking me, can we use stapler? But you can use stapler, but the thing is, it may not be airtight. There might be some gaps for the air. So I will not recommend a stapler, but I will recommend tape. You can use tape, okay? All right, okay, since it is crystal clear, now let us move on to the last bit of this. So I'm just going to leave it in this manner because, you know, I have not put M seal to tighten this. So let me hold this in this place. Now what we will do is we will take the bigger balloon, right? We're going to take this bigger balloon and we will cut this part of it. So you can see how I'm cutting. You can cut this part and you can open it up. And once you cut it, you will get a sheath in this fashion. See, you can get an extendable sheath like this. So it is rubbery and it will extend. And what you will do here is, you will take this and you will put it at the base. So you will cover the base in this manner and you can tape it up. Now, of course, just to make things easy and to show to all of you very clearly, I have already made this in the similar fashion that I have just told you about. And it looks something like this. So can you all see this very quickly? Yes, I can see Gungun is telling it may take more time to dry. Yes, using hot glue gun will take some time to dry. So it may take a while. So is it all visible? So now we have made the model. But we are saying it is a working model, right? So which means it needs to work. And we know that our lungs will, you know, expand and contract, right? So if you see here, when I push the sheath up, you can see that it will contract. When I push it down, it will expand, right? So I hope you are able to see this. Yes, so I'm going to quickly show another angle. Right, okay then. So now we have seen you've seen it from the top. I want you to see it from the front also. So can we switch back where they can see clearly? Yes, so can you see here, if you see in this case, if you look at it from the center, if I do this, it will contract, expand, contract and expand. So with this, we have made it work as well. So this here is the working model of the lungs, right? Okay. Now, let me take some questions which are related to how we make the project very quickly. The bigger balloon is for the diaphragm. Very good, Anukriti. Very good. Yes, all right. Okay. Any more questions that are there? Anything that you need to know? I'm getting some questions where I'm seeing that do we need to use any color balloons? That's up to you. Any color, that doesn't matter, right? Just that you need a small balloon and a big balloon that is there. Right, and it must be able to cover the base of the bottle that you are using. That is important. It should not be that they are not able to cover the base of it. Yes, all right. Any more questions which are there related to how we make this? All right, I can see that Shankari is new to the class. Welcome, Shankari. Welcome to the class. I can see it's your first class here. Wonderful. I can see that most of you are saying it is interesting to do. Right, Prakash is asking, is the balloon under the diaphragm? Yes, it is the diaphragm and we will learn the science behind it as well. Now, most of you are asking me that can you send your projects? Yes, of course you can. So there is a Google form link in the description box of this particular stream. You can go there, click on it and send in your entries. Right? Again, I can see Nitya is also new. So hello Nitya, welcome to the class. Yes, I can see a lot of scientific questions coming in wherein there is a lot of concept-based questions. We will tackle that when we look at the science behind it, right? Any more questions related to how we make this particular, working model that is there? Right, okay. So Anukriti is asking me to repeat. Do you want me to repeat the whole process once again? All of you, do you want me to quickly go over it one last time? Very quickly, I will run it through. Or Anukriti, no problem. In case if you are not following some things, you can always come back, watch the video and understand how to do it, right? Okay, again for those of you who are asking me, Google form link is there in the description box. Yes? Okay, all right. So I can see most of you are saying no, right? Again, a lot of you are asking me about the Google form link. The form is there in the description box. Go click on it and you can send in your entries. And we will feature your entries on the top 3 in the last or the end of this week that is there. Yes, all right. So Sonali says she's late. It's okay, Sonali. You can always go back, watch it and see what we did. We've made the working model of the lungs here. Right? Okay, all right. So guys, now that we've understood the working model of the lungs, let's understand the science behind it because it's important that we do understand that as well. So now when we look at this here, we know that the lungs are part of the respiratory system, right? Or rather, we will call it as the main respiratory organ in our body. And with the help of the respiratory system, oxygen is made available to the body. And we know that oxygen is required for getting energy, right? why do we need energy? Why do all of us require energy? Very quickly. Yes, why do we all require energy? Yes, I can see a lot of questions coming in, right? Okay, why do we require energy to carry out various activities, right? Yes, for work, to run, right? Yes, wonderful, wonderful everybody, to carry out any tasks, to do work. Yes, very good guys, very good. So to carry out any and every activity, we require energy, and for energy production, we require oxygen. And this process of getting energy is simply known as respiration. So I'm not going into the details of it because of course we will deal with it in detail, right? This is just an overview of the process that I am giving you. And of course carbon dioxide is given out as a byproduct. Now in order to make sure that oxygen is made available and carbon dioxide is expelled out, we carry out a physical process known as breathing, right? And breathing includes two steps. Breathing as inhalation, where we breathe in, and it has exhalation, where we breathe out. Yes, so far so good guys. Breathing has two steps, which is inhalation as well as exhalation. Yes, all right. So for those of you who are still having some doubts with the activity, let's hold on it. We will anyway discuss it once towards the end as well. Okay? Right. Anukriti, please specify on what you want me to repeat because I am having some confusion in understanding that. Yes, inhaled and exhaled air. Yes, all right. Okay. So now that we have understood, let's see what exactly happens or how we are able to inhale or breathe in, right? So this is the mechanism of breathing that we will be looking at, and we will understand this with our model also. Because if you see, in order to inhale, right, we need to make sure that air enters into the lungs. And in order to make sure that happens, there are two parts of the body which play a very important role. That is this dome-shaped structure which is known as the diaphragm and the rib cage that is there, right? Now what happens is that when we breathe in, we are able to do this because the diaphragm will flatten, right, of this dome-shaped structure will flatten and it will move downwards. And simultaneously what happens is that the rib cage will move outwards. So slightly outwards, it will go in this manner, right? And when it slightly moves outwards, there is more space in the volume, right? Or there's more space inside the chest cavity, which is why as a result, air will enter in. So if you see, if I flatten this, so when I pull this diaphragm down, of course we are not able to see the movement of the ribs, but when the diaphragm is pulled down or it gets flattened, air will enter, right? So this is very, very important. Yes? Okay, all right. So this is about breathing in. Similarly, when we exhale out or when we breathe out, what happens? It is very simple. The diaphragm will go back to its dome-shaped structure, rib cage will come inside, and as a result, air will get expelled out. So when air exits, it's because the diaphragm is moving where? It is moving upwards. And how is the rib cage going? Rib cage is moving inwards, right? It is coming back inside. And as a result, volume will decrease. Yes? So far, is it good to go? Have we understood what is inhalation and exhalation? Is this clear? Very quickly, can you tell me if so far it is good to go? Yes, all right. I can see a lot of you are saying yes, good to go, understood. Okay, we take in. So it is not right for us to say that we breathe in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, right? We say that we breathe in air rich in oxygen and we give out air that is rich in carbon dioxide. So that is important. Yes, very good Abhirami, very good. Okay, all right. Okay then, so far we are good to go, and for those of you whose screens are not clear, please refresh your page. I think it will be fine, okay? Yes, all right then. So in this case, if you see, we have understood the mechanism, and in this particular working model that we made, this particular part that you see, this red color part is nothing but the trachea that is there, or if I have to simply put, it is the windpipe through which air will enter, right? And we see that this part right here is nothing but the bronchi that is there. Now don't worry about the technical terms if some of you are having doubts. We will anyway deal it in great detail, so not to worry about it, right? And of course the balloons that are there are nothing but the lungs which are there. And the balloon in the bottom or the sheath is the diaphragm. So is this easy peasy lemon and squeezy so far? Yes? Are we good to go? Any doubts related to this, you can let me know, right? So I can say Vinita is asking me, is it difficult to make the trachea and bronchi? It is not. You just need the bendy straws and a broad, straw that is there. It will be fine, right? Don't worry about it, Vinita. Okay, you can send me thumbs up, guys, in the chat so that I know that the concepts are clear and we are good to go. Yes, okay, all right. Okay, before we wrap up our session, let's quickly have a question where you guys tell me the answers to this. Yes, so in the chat box, you can go ahead and you can let me know. So during inhalation, what happens to the chest cavity? Yes. So Swara is asking me, what is the base balloon? The base balloon represents the diaphragm that is there. Yes. What happens to the alveoli while breathing? So again, alveoli are air sacs and we see that exchange of gases takes place. So as we breathe in and out, that exchange keeps taking place so that oxygen will enter, carbon dioxide will get exchanged and it will come out. Right? Yes, I can see the answers coming in. Volume increases. Volume increases. Okay, come on guys, keep the chat going. Yes, all right. I can see a lot of you have got it right. During inhalation, the volume will increase, right? Only when there's more volume, the air will be able to enter. Yes? Okay, all right. What about the diaphragm? In which direction will the diaphragm go very quickly? During inhalation for the volume to enter. Or for the air to enter, sorry. So we know that normally diaphragm will be in its dome-shaped structure. Yes? Okay. Yes, all right. I can see the answers coming in. It will go downwards. Very good. So the diaphragm will move downwards, which effectively means what? The ribcage will go outside or inside? Yes, very quickly, guys. Outside or inside? Where will the ribcage go? Yes, I can see moves down, coming in. Very good, very good. Yes, all right. It will go outwards. Yes, very good, guys. The ribcage will move outwards. Wonderful. Now, I can see Beam here is asking a question. So, Beam, just give me 1 minute. Let me finish this activity and this question and then I will answer your question. All right? Okay. Now, next up, we have chest cavity. What will happen to the chest cavity during exhalation when we breathe out or when we give out air that is rich in carbon dioxide? What is going to happen to the chest cavity? Yes, very good, guys. Very good. The chest cavity space is going to decrease or the volume will decrease. While on the other hand, about the diaphragm, what is going to happen to the diaphragm very quickly? Yes, I can see volume decrease is coming in. Very good, all of you. Very good. Yes, the diaphragm will move upwards. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful. The diaphragm will move upwards. And lastly, we know that the ribcage will move inwards. Yes? Okay. So I can see here Beam was asking me a question. Can you quickly pose the question again in the chat box? Yes. Sheath expands. There is an occurrence of inhalation and vice versa. Okay, so basically what happens is that when it expands in this manner, right, or when it gets pulled down, the volume will increase because otherwise it's in a dome-shaped structure. And when it comes down like that, there's that much space which is available, right? So say if you see here, when it comes down in this manner, there's more volume, which is why we see that air will enter. Yes, so if you see with this, we have covered our first science project. We've made the working model and we've understood the science behind it. Now, of course, what I want you to do is after today's class, please go try it out at home. Send in your entries. The Google form link is there in the description box. Please do send it as soon as possible because we will be announcing the top 3 by the end of the week. Right? Okay, all right. Now, of course, you know that we have a Telegram channel running both for 6 to 8 as well as 9th and 10th, where you get all the session updates, you will be getting the session notes, some fun facts and questions that come on the weekends, and there'll be so much more that will be there, right? So please make sure that you are a part of our Telegram channel, right? Okay, so I can see a lot more questions that are coming here, which is asking about what is chest cavity. So chest cavity is nothing but the thoracic cavity or the space in the chest region, right? It is enclosed by the ribs in front and the backbone or the vertebral column at the back. So the space inside is what we call as chest cavity. And we will find the lungs and the heart there, all right? Okay, so guys, with this, if you see, we have come to the end of today's class, right? And I know a lot of you are asking me about the exhalation process once again. Now, during exhalation, it is when we breathe out air that is rich in carbon dioxide, right? And we know that in order to exhale, two things happen. And we see that the rib cage will move inwards, the diaphragm will come upwards. As a result, the volume or the space inside the chest cavity will decrease, and we will exhale out, or we will breathe out air that is rich in oxygen, right? Okay. So in this case, if you see, we've come to the end and we know that we've got you covered, whether it's the 6 to 8 channel or whether it's the 9th and 10th channel, we have always got your back. And to show us the love and the unconditional support that you always give us, please do like our videos, tell your friends about it, share and subscribe to our channel for all the wonderful updates. And of course, if you do want to try out some free classes, the link is there in the description box. You can click on the link, try out some free classes, or you can download the app and explore the wonderful world of BYJU'S that we have for you. So thank you so much for being a part of today's class. And I hope that in case if you have any doubts with how to make the working model, come back, watch the video, understand how to go about it. And I am super excited to see your entries, right? I am very, very excited about it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of today's class. Bye everybody, and I hope to see you very, very soon again. Right? So thank you so much. Lots of love. Bye bye and have a nice day.